Hey, what's good, YouTube? This is Alex, Merril, and I'm bringing you my first ever deck profile video. It's a deck I built and a deck I took to 12th place yesterday at the Catskills Regional, and I was playing Chainburn with an interesting twist, and why don't we get right into the deck here? So, we're going to start off with the monsters. That's 3 Battle Faders, 3 Cards, 3 Swift Scarecrows, and only 1 Lava Golem. A lot of people tell me I should have played 2, but I felt 1 was good enough. I play enough draw for me to be able to find it with the Cards and the traps I'll go over in a minute. I just felt I had enough draw that 1 would be there reliably for me, and it was. So that's pretty much a staple monster lineup. I didn't have Max C, so otherwise I might have dropped a fader dropped 2 faders for a Max C. For a pair of Max Cs, but I'm a scrub like that. So we'll move on to the spells now. And right here you see we got 3 1-day apiece, the captain of consistency for this entire deck. It probably wouldn't exist in a tier format without it. Then you see the 2 Chain Strikes, which are staple, I shouldn't have to explain, and 2 Pot of Duality, again, captains of consistency, and something I shouldn't have to explain. We'll move right on to the traps. Triple Accumulated Fortune. I'm seeing a lot of people that I know who play Chainburn personally. This is falling out of favor with them because people are starting to learn how to play around the chains, and a lot of times this can be used as a dead card. I feel if you play smart, you should be able to get your accumulateds off as long as you don't draw all of them in one opening hand and be left with, 1 or 2 chainable cards and 3 of these, because that has happened to me. But it didn't happen to me yesterday, thank the good Lord. Then you got the 3 Legacy of Yatagarasu. People ask me why I didn't run 2 Legacy and 2 Jar of Greed, so that way my same names chain count would be a little bit better. I went for the 3 Legacies because Tsukuyomi is a card that just came off the ban list, and it was popular as hell. And Chaos Piper is still a deck, and last I checked, King Gabayo is running 3s there. So anytime a Spirit Monster is dropped, I get 2 cards off of this. It turns into an instant Pot of Greed with no drawback. We gotta love it. 3 Just Desserts, no explanation needed. Move up here, we got the 3 Magic Cylinders. I felt I could get away with this with the decrease in the Inzektor players. It seems like the format's allowing for more battle reactive cards. You see D-Prison in 3s, Mirror Forces in 2s, and other non-chainables, so I really felt like Cylinder could make a comeback here, and I'm glad I made that decision. Triple Reckless Greed. No real explanation needed for that. It's just a really solid draw card, but you have to know how to use it or it'll hurt you. 3 Secret Barrels, no explanation. 2 Ultimate Rare Dimension Walls, again with the Magic Cylinder reasoning. More non-chainable cards I feel I can get away with now that Inzektor spam is pretty much dead. I mean, it's still a deck, but you don't have to build your deck around running into that matchup all the time because it was 3 Hornet, 3 Dragonfly, 3 Centipede, 3 Excaliburs. It's still, unless they open it, it takes them a lot of time to get that kind of consistency rolling, and I was fortunate enough to dodge the matchup all day. We got the 2 Ojama Trio and the 1 Jar of Greed because you needed the extra. I needed the draw card. It was originally supposed to be a ceasefire, but I just went straight for one extra draw card just to help me get through the deck a little bit, and that's where I get the consistency for, having the 1 Lava Golem here. I just feel like with all the draw that I have, I can just get away with it. Now, you're looking at that and you're probably saying, well, Merril, that's just a typical Chainburn deck. Why should I be even interested in this? Well, it comes in the form of my side deck, and we'll move right into that. You'll see right here, I have 3 Hieratic Dragon of Su. I have 3 Hieratic Dragon of Tefnut. I've got 2 Gen X Ally Birdmen, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, and a Hieratic Dragon of Nebthit. Wattail and Luster, your typical hieratic normals. And then I've also got 2 hieratic Seal of Convocation and a Heavy Storm. Now we'll zoom out here and we'll look at the whole side deck, and it's 15 cards, and pretty much what I was banking on with this side deck was my opponents siding in for the burn game 1, expecting to try and lock me out of my big traps and playing anti-burn cards, and then I bring in all of this stuff, and when they're anti-burning me, I am going on the offensive, really pulling just about all my burn out, and I immediately make their deck near useless. And for the most part, it worked all day. The only times I really saw problems was when I was drawing like multiple hands of multiple Sues with red eyes and the normals, which happened to me once. I drew 2 Sue, Nebthit, red eyes, and both normals, and I just literally I got shit on. It was not even close. I mean, my opponent was Chris Brown. I was Rihanna. It was that bad. And then we move into our extra deck here. Staple, 3 King of Atoms. We got the 3 Gaia Chargers, which allows for more OTK capacity, and it's a big trampler, so even if my opponent starts playing defensive, I can run through it. Staple rank 6s, Exabeetle and Photon Strike Bouncer. Bouncer to shut down opposing effects that might slow me down. And Beetle is just great removal for things like Jinzo, Reaper. If my opponents decided to play Prime Material Dragon, it moves it out of the way. Zen mains, things like that. It just allows me to move threats out of the way and get into my opponent for game there. The 2 most useless cards I played all day were Tyrus and Adrius. I really didn't put much thought into what I could substitute those for to add consistency, because I only have the 1 level 5 monster, and I didn't need them all day. They never got dropped once. Looking back at it now, I might have been tempted to play something along the lines of like maybe a Cataster and an Armory Arm, because then I could, I could bounce something like with Birdman and normal summon either Card Car or Fader to make a big beat stick, or maybe I just include a few rank 3s and I special out like a Tefnuit, bounce for Birdman, normal summon Birdman, rank 3 right there. And we move on to the rest of the extra here. I've got 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Light End Dragon, which I never used, but I just looked at it and I said, originally I had it in the extra deck because I had Veilers in my side, and then Veiler plus any of these Hieratics outside of Nebthit is a Light End Dragon, and that's a pain in the ass to deal with for people. I've also got the 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Stardust Dragon, which I dropped 1 of each yesterday. Birdman and Nebthit. Stardust just to protect my board after I pushed and I couldn't win, and Scrap Dragon just to get a dragon out there for me to banish for Red Eyes to bring back the Wattail with 2 Thunder Chargers swinging directly. I really didn't use its effect because I didn't have to. My opponent had just a Gates on the board, and I just needed to put OTK on the board because I knew Gores was not a problem, and Trag I could run over because my opponent didn't have enough cards to make Thunder Charger useless. And then the last card, Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. I kept it in only because on the off chance my opponents were playing a Cyber Dragon, I could use that to my advantage. I wasn't siding Cyber Dragon, so I wasn't expecting to use it, but I just figured it was good just on the off chance I did run into that. So all in all, that's the deck. I know it's probably not the most creative idea in the world, main deck wise, but I thought the idea with the side deck was more than creative enough to make a video like this necessary for it. I wish I could have had the time to do it yesterday, but right after the event ended, I filled out my paperwork and I had to go because I had to be up in the morning. And it was about a 3.5 hour drive, and we didn't finish until about 10 o'clock. So having to get home by 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then get up in the morning, it was kind of rough. So I just figured I'd get around to doing this later today, which is Monday. So if you like what you see, like the video. You can subscribe to me because I'm going to be starting to put more content out there like this as I can get it from either locals, regionals, YCSs I can attend, things like that. And if you can subscribe, and that's about it. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, there's that comment box down there. Feel free to write in there and leave me a message. Outside of that, I will see you all next time.